What up, my friends? How you doing? We are here for Friday night Final Fantasy wheel spinning action. I hope the days have been treating you well. All right. Let's make sure everything is actually up and running properly. It's been a few days, so let's grab the live stream link, share that in the Discord, and we will go from there. All right. All right. Okay, that's not right. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now we got the right thing going on. All right, perfect. So live stream links have been shared. Switch this up. Take a look here. And the microphone is working properly. I should have checked that earlier than this point, but whatever. Microphone is working just fine. And that's good. Hold on. I'm going to write that down. Ooh, take that watch off. Write that step count down. Okay. There we go. We got that. We got that done. And that means that it's time to switch this and say our hellos. All right. What's up, Ang Fisher? Ang Fisher, Aiden Pot, Zircon, Heavy Metal, Shelton, Billmaster, Teferi, Ape, Joe, Otto, Jess. All right, there we go. I think I got everybody. Ziria! Wait. Ziria, you updated YouTube accidentally to your actual name? That was not what you were anticipating you'd do? Well, if it makes you feel any better, your name doesn't seem like a real name. Like, if that's your real name, if somebody said that was, hey, this is your real name, of somebody, like if there was a comic book character with your name, then I would believe it. Like, you know, it'd just be like, oh, here he comes again. But as an actual name, it's not very believable. It's not very believable. What up, Buddha? What up, Thrun? What up, Mox Man in the house? How you doing, buddy? Habanero, don't tell your boss that you're here. I just might. We got to spice things up. We got to keep you on your toes. Oh, speaking of being on my toes, the super chats, I'm remiss here. Hold on. All right. Shelton! Mitchell Shelton super chat says, it's a wheel stream and I need my fix. Please give me a fat and juicy insult. Oh, well, we'll see what the wheel spins, buddy. Is it going to be Final Fantasy booster action? Is it going to be insults? Because that's what we've got in store tonight. Millmaster also super chatting saying Michael Hatcher is my Final Fantasy. All right. We're going to do some spinning. We're going to do some spinning. All right. Millmaster, you're ridiculous, buddy. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Moxman, it's raining and you were looking to cut the lawn? No, I'm not surprised, buddy. You always, like, there's something on your agenda every minute of every day. That's what it feels like. I feel like if I was to look at your internal schedule, it would be endless. Like every single moment. Immediately wake up and he's doing 4 things at once because he's always got stuff going on. What up, Gianna? You got to mow the lawn at the old house and the new one. Moving on up. That's what happens. That's what happens as you become rich. Ziria. Oh, there you go. Now you're fixed. Okay. All right. You got it back to the proper name. All right. So Final Fantasy. That's Final Fantasy IX. It doesn't matter what Final Fantasy it lands on because it's going to be a booster Final Fantasy. But I mean, if you're going to label them Final Fantasy, why not? Why not do each individual game, right? So, all right. So that was Shelton and Millmaster. Millmaster acting like a pirate getting all the rum. Final Fantasy not. This is rigged. This is rigged. I rigged this wheel. I rigged it. 3 9s. It doesn't even equal anything. It's not like 777s or anything. So it looks like we're doing 2 packs of Final Fantasy. Gianna, every house you get, you're going to have to mow more and more lawns. That's just the rules of the universe. All right. Fisher, Layman, what's up? Oh, Fisher with the super chat saying, I'm a tad under the weather. Could use an insult healing properties. Okay, well, I'm predicting Final Fantasy IX. Okay, because the wheel is rigged, you're probably going to land on Final Fantasy IX. So, but if we do get, after this, if we do get a 1 after 2 9s, right? Oh, wait, no, it'd be, never mind. That doesn't even work. It's not even 911. 991 doesn't call anybody. Never mind. Sheba, any suggestions on how to track collection with prices? Put them in an app. If you put them into one of those scanny apps like Delver Lens or whatever else, then that has some kind of price matching with websites. And then you can look and see. It may not be 100% the price of what something's going for, but if you have it ordered to show you the higher value stuff, if something spikes, then it'll move up the list. You know? It'll move up the list. All right. So, Final Fantasy. And Sheba, yeah, it is cool that we got packs to open. These belong to my LGS that I go to, so they will be returned to them after we get to open them. We just get to enjoy the Kraken. We just get to enjoy what's inside here. And considering that I haven't seen all the stuff from the set either, there's gonna be some spoilage in here for me. So let's see who does better, Shelton or Millmaster. What up, Vault? How's it going, buddy? All right, you got other options going on in here for the price stuff. So suggestions of Mana Box, TCG Player app. You got multiple choices. All right, so we got a hero token where you got a little wizard. Not too shabby. Oh, so they made a whole cycle of common lands that are towns as well. So there's way more towns than I thought in this set. Okay. Are these? Yeah, these are Japanese packs. I don't even know why I'm asking when I can see at the top. Which means the foils and the rares and stuff will be up at the front. So we got a foil Sabo Tender. A red and 1, 2/1 reach. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. And this is from Final Fantasy 11. All right. So I don't know anything about this, man. I don't know anything about it. What up? Yeah, my girl. If we get another Final Fantasy 9, we get max damage. All right. Then we got this is from the bonus sheet, right? Baron Rivalry, which is supposed to be a scene of Cecil and Kain in Final Fantasy IV, which is pretty sweet. right? And Deadly Dispute, the card that it's actually on, is not too shabby. So that's pretty cool. That does look pretty cool. It is weird that this is on a Magic card, but once you put that aside, pretty cool. Buck, how many bucks did this pack cost? I didn't buy this. This isn't my box. I don't own these. But let me assure you, they are very expensive. I don't know exactly how expensive because the boxes have already moved out of my range. All right, we got somebody I do not recognize from Final Fantasy 13. Saz Katzroy. A green and 3/3/3. When he enters, you can search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Whenever it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. Then double the number of +1/+1s on the creature. I mean, that's all right, I guess. Feels kind of underwhelming, doesn't it? Feels kind of underwhelming. You can search for a bird or like a land for 4 mana. And when it attacks, you can put a +1 on a guy. All right. Moxman, are they not going for more than that around here? I'm surprised. The Tarkir ones were going for 10. So yeah, it's it ain't cheap. All right, we got the side quest catch a fish. Black Waltz number 3. What is it? A red, a black, and 2. 2/2 flying death touch. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Okay. All right. Once upon a time, this would have been an absolutely bonkers card, but nowadays it's whatever. What up, Juglum? Fisher Sauce has a 1-drop Chocobo with landfall and gets a +1/+1 counter. Okay. All right. Fair enough. We got a Cactuar, just the little regular version. 1 green for a 3/3 Trampler. Beginning your end step. If it didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to his owner's hand. So it's always taken off. We got Ash, Princess of Damascus, Dalmasca. 1 white and 2/3/2. Whenever it attacks, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal an artifact from among them, put it into your hand. That's okay. That's alright. Iron Giant. 7 cost, 6/6 vigilance, reach, trample. Remember, hey Moxman, remember when Colossus of Sardia was 9 mana for a 9/9 trampler and it was rare and you had to pay 9 mana to untap it because it couldn't untap normally? And now for a common, you'll get a 7 mana, 6/6 vigilance, reach, trample. And I read it and I just go, Like, that's how much things have changed to the point where the power is like, yo, it's so bonkers. It's so bonkers now compared to the original days that you just go, yeah, but you're just going to lose. You're just going to lose. You know what I mean? That's what's going to happen. So, like, you're not going to get to use this. The only people who will get to use this are school kids who get given boxes of commons, you know? And I guess, like, maybe Pauper players are rejoicing. I don't know. Why is it a demon? Good question. I don't know. Pretty crazy, though. Magitech Infantry. So weird looking. 1 white, 1/1. Gets +1/+0 as long as you control another artifact. Search your library for a card named Magitech Infantry for 3. Put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Okay. So, limited, you know? Leroy, the power creep is real, buddy. We got an Ice Flan, a 6 mana 5/2, and it enters, tap an artifact or creature an opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Cycles for 2 for islands. Sabatender, already saw that. Marlboro. 6 mana, 4/4. When it enters, each opponent discards a card, loses 2 life, and exiles top 3 cards of the library, and it swamp cycles for 2. Oh man, these guys are so annoying in the game. All the status afflictions they give you, it ain't good. It ain't good, man. Then we got Bard's Bow. So this is some character I do not know. 1 green and 2 equipment. When it enters, make a 1/1 hero and attach it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2 and has reach and is a bard. And then it equips for 6. Well, this is not very good at all. That's garbage. That's some garbage right there. Alright. It's definitely different. It's definitely different to see Magic the Gathering through the lens of a bunch of different Final Fantasy games. Yeah, exactly, Habanero. Marlboro's bad breath equals a bad day. Ziria, the Final Fantasy 15 Iron Giants are demons, which is odd they'd choose the one game where they're a demon. Well, it does say demon on there. So, if it's for the appropriate game. Alright, then we got another, I guess there's a bunch of different hero tokens. Just different variants, so depending on the kind of hero you want to have. Or whether you want to have the appropriate one. What a weird piece of gear. Hey, Nathan's membership message says, "Evening, Perp. What's up, buddy? How you doing? You been keeping busy? Life treating you good?" Are these double-sided? Oh, they are. That's a wizard token. Okay. Cool. I like that. Oh, we got Vector, the Imperial Capital from Final Fantasy VI, my favorite Final Fantasy. Stuff from that one in particular makes me excited more than the other stuff, because I do like Final Fantasy VI the best. And just seeing this literally just put music from the game in my head. It's crazy how that works. That's cool. You're not alone. 1 white instant target creature gets +2/+2 to end a turn. If you control 3 or more creatures, it gets +4/+4 to end a turn. Alright, white wiener squads. White wiener squads. Rule, what's up, bro? Nathan, you've been so solidly busy, can't remember the last time you were not working and you were awake during a live stream. I know it's been a while, actually. I'm halfway through the Fionavar tapestry now, bro. And I've been like, yo, there's some good moments. There's some good stuff going on. And I keep meaning to mention it to you, and then I don't see you. So I was like, well, maybe the next time. Hey, we got Ultima. This thing's nuts. You're gonna, like, with Eldrazi, bonkers, bro. 5 cost, 4/4 legendary, god with flying. Whenever it attacks, put a blight counter on target land. For as long as that land has a blight counter on it, it loses all land types and abilities and has tap, add a colorless. And whenever you tap a land for a colorless, add an additional colorless. So it's going to obviously beef up your mana production. But you also just get to hose your opponent. Like, blighting somebody's land has such an epic feel to it. Your lands are blighted. Nothing will grow there. But not only that, it reaches down into the very actual essence of the land too, and corrupts it so that it can't be used for its normal natural resources. Like, that is some epic flavor, right? And this is really strong too. So team that up with the Eldrazi and see what you get. Eden, Seat of the Sanctum. Well, I'm not familiar with this one. So this is a town, an uncommon land. There's got to be a ton of towns in the set. Okay. 5 and tap it, mill 2 cards. Then you may sack this land. When you do, return another target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. A land that works as a regrowth? Not too shabby. Every day, what up, brother? How you doing? We go. There are more side quests. I wondered if there would be. It's literally side quest play blitzball. I think that Blitzball is so dumb. Like when I was playing Final Fantasy, I played through a whole bunch of them, right? Number one all the way up to Final Fantasy 12. And I really did not like the whole Blitzball thing. I felt like it was dumb, man. I thought it just felt stupid. Nathan, oh man, you got a bunch going on, eh? Every moment's gonna be filled for the next 6 weeks, and then it's gonna settle down. That means you're gonna miss another pre-release. That sucks, bro. What up, Thompson? How you doing, man? Okay, what does this do? 1 red and 2 enchantment. Beginning of combat on your turn. Target creature you control gets +2/+0 to the end of turn. At the end of combat in your turn, if a player was dealt 6 or more combat damage this turn, transform this enchantment, then attach it to a creature you control. You get a World Champion Celestial Weapon. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has double strike. Okay. Alright. Weird, man. Synthetic Evil, what's up, buddy? Zeri, it's the closest to football you'll ever enjoy. A bunch of people apparently like Blitzball. I found it to be whatever. Cargo ship. I love the airship artwork on this, man. 2 mana, 2/3 flying vigilance. Vehicle, tap to add a colorless. Only use that to cast artifacts or activate artifact abilities. And it's got crew 1. Funky. Wildfire, what's up, buddy? Al. Yeah, man. I'm having a good night. I hope you are too. Nathan, you haven't even looked at a Magic card since opening your Tarkir boxes. Well, I mean, to be fair, what was that, last month? The pace of Magic is let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, Blue Cats, how you doing? How you doing? Hope you're settling into your new rhythm with work well. Habanero, you only play Blitzball to get Waka's ultimate? Yeah, see, having to play games that you don't want to play as part of the overall game can be annoying. Al, how did you get a membership again? People have been gifting them, bro. Alright, we got Reach the Horizon. A 3 and 3 sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards or towns with different names and put them on the battlefield tapped. Huh. Considering there's a bunch of rare, powerful towns, this is actually a pretty solid search right here. Dark Knight's Greatsword. A black and 2, job select. Equip creature +3/+0 and is a knight. And equip pay 3 life. Ugh, I don't know. I don't know about that. That could be alright, depending. Blue Cats, you almost got your foot run over, but now you can afford Magic cards. Trade-offs have to be made. Hell, Gygus. 2 red and 4, 5/4 trample haste with mountain cycling 2. Okay. He's got like a scarf, you know, he's got his Harry Potter scarf. Paladin's Arms. I remember seeing those. Oh, they put Syncopate in. Okay. 1 blue and X, counter target spell, unless its controller pays X. And if the spell's countered this way, exile instead of putting it into the graveyard. Not too shabby. Pretty sweet artwork, too. The hell is this? What is a Nizuma trader? He looks like a fish man from a Pixar movie, bro. Black and 3, 3/4. When it enters, you lose a life and create a treasure token. Whenever it attacks, you can sack another creature artifact. If you do, surveil 2. Okay, whoop-de-doo. A Town Greeter. 2 mana, 1/1. When he enters, mill 4 cards, and you can put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town card into your hand this way, you gain 2 life. Okay. And Light of Judgment. 1 red and 4 instant. Deals 6 damage to target creature. Destroy up to 1 equipment attached to that creature. Alright. Final Fantasy 6 action? A Light of Judgment? I mean, that's pretty wild. That's literally Kefka. Yeah, now that I look at it, it's Kefka literally just obliterating in the Dark World, man. That's insane. That's ridiculous. Kefka's just doing it and having the time of his life. That's sweet. That's sweet. Took a second to click in. I'm like, wait, Light of Judgment. Oh, man. That's when he's ultra powerful, bro. What? Such an epic game, Final Fantasy VI. Okay, so, Fisher, we got to do a spin for you. Synthetic Super Chat says, I want the wheel. Well, you got it, buddy. We are going to do a spin for you as well. Blue cats. Aquatic creatures are not cute. Yeah, a lot of them really aren't. Like that blob fish that looks like a gigantic amount of snot put over a clown face, you know? All right. Synthetic. We're going to do a spin for you. So first, Fisher, then Synthetic. Whoop, 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 weep. What do we go? Fisher landed on Insult. All right. You're going to get an Insult. And then Synthetic. Synthetic, we got Final Fantasy VI. Oh, you landed on the best one. You landed on the best one. Well done. You landed on the best one. So, before we open the pack from landing on the best one, let's talk about the worst one. Fisher, you gangrene, you're a blobfish. You're a gangrenous snot blobber fishmonger of a human being. And you're a neck sucker. And I don't mean like in the way that somebody gives somebody else a hickey. I mean in the way that you just like fat goober the underside of somebody's neck in a startling and unsettling fashion. Because you're a fucking weirdo. You're a weirdo who somehow doesn't understand shoes. So you wander around with bread bags over your feet, looking all homeless, and then getting upset at other people because you're too dumb to understand shoes. That's not okay. You're being reprimanded right now. You need to be reprimanded for that, okay? Your name is Captain Buttcheeks. Actually, you've been demoted. You've been demoted. You're what is it? Lieutenant Buttcheeks now? General Infantry Buttcheeks? GIB. Yes. You're a GIB. Nobody likes the cut of your jib. General Infantry Buttcheeks. You're going to be set on the first line, soldier. You fucking blobfish. You fucking wang chugging donkey boy. Oh, all right. That counts. That was pretty good. So, we got a booster pack for the epic roll of Synthetic. Oh, but we got some super chat action. So let's do some more spins. Nathan Super Chat says, pretty sure Insult is the best possible outcome. You are correct, especially on this version of the wheel. Nathan's other Super Chat says, other than maybe Timeout. Timeout possibly is better. This is true. Although Timeout isn't really a thing on the wheel at this time, right? Timeouts are used under very particular conditions. All right, Nathan, Lord on the board. Oh, Thompson, you want to get in on a spin too? Okay, so we got to do 3 spins. We can do that. Let's go. Buddha, a few people to send my way to learn to insult. It's all in good fun, man. It's all in good fun. Fisher, you're already starting to feel better. You've missed this and me, and it's great to have me back. Well, you're welcome. You are welcome. I'm glad that you enjoyed. Okay, so we got 3 spins. So we already got a pack over here for synthetic. Now, Nathan, let's go. Double trouble. Double trouble. All right. Oh, Final Fantasy VI again. Nice, Nathan. Nicely done. Okay, and then, wait. Final Fantasy VII, which is other people's favorite. So it's another pack of Final Fantasy on the stack. Put that trigger on the stack. And then Thompson. Let's go. Final Fantasy VIII. Wait, did it just go 6, 7, 8? Did we just get that sequence? I find stuff like that satisfying. It feels proper and right. It's a sign from the universe that what we're doing here is righteous. We almost had 666. That's true. We did. We did. Heavy Metal says, I used to be a super chatter like you until I took a hurricane to the knee. It's true. Wildfire, Final Fantasy IV is your favorite? Acceptable. That is a very acceptable answer. All right? Acceptable. Blue Cats? Oh, getting all clever. Look at you. Look at you. You keep it up. I'm going to tell them to run over your foot. I'm going to do that. I'll be like, oh, time to take out Washerwoman 47. Hit her. Take her down now. Alpha 9. Strike. Oh, we've got a little pink-haired emo hero token. Oh, did they do a hero token from every set, like every Final Fantasy? Is that how they're doing it? Does that mean if you like the movie Hero 6, you need to get Hero from Final Fantasy 6? All right. Hero and a food. Are they from the same game? Nope. Okay. We got Bear in the Airship Kingdom from Final Fantasy IV. That's cool. That is cool. There's a job token for each role. Oh, okay. That makes sense. We got Crossroads Village, which is a foil. This land enters tapped. Choose a color when it does, and it taps to add a mana of the chosen color. Then we got Noctis Prince of Lucius, a black, a blue, a white, and 1, 4/3 lifelink, human noble. You can cast artifact spells from your graveyard by paying 3 life in addition to paying their other costs. If you cast a spell this way, that artifact enters with a finality counter on it. Oh, they're extending out the use of finality counters, eh? Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Fisher Super Chat says, Final Fantasy V Supremacy. Spin this for heavy metal for the birds. All right, we will. We will. Thanks for the Super Chat. Synthetic gifting a membership to Myers. Thanks, buddy. Nicely done. I will update the board after we're done with these. Oh, we got Garland. And he transforms into Chaos the Endless. I remember talking about this guy in a spoiler video. That's funky. Circle of Power. A black and 3. Draw 2 cards. Lose 2 life. Create a 0/1 black wizard creature token. And wizard you control get +1/+0 and gain lifelink till end of turn. I already saw you. Ether. Blue and 3 artifact. Tap it, exile it, add a blue. When you next cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. It doesn't feel like Ether, really. You know, like I get Ether's supposed to restore your mana, and this gives you a mana, but like it copying a spell, that's not Ether's effect. So, kind of a flavor fail for me. We saw you. Another airship. 3 cost, 3/2. Flying. Whenever this vehicle attacks, draw a card and discard a card and cruise for 2. I don't really care for it from a power level, but I do love airships. I think they're a lot of fun. Scorpion Sentinel from Final Fantasy VII. Blue and 1, 1/4. As long as you control 7 or more lands, it gets +3 power. Slash a Light. A white and 1 instant. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipment you control to a creature. Okay. Black Mage's Rod, Town Greeter, Haste Magic, a red and 1 instant, target creature gets +3/+1 and haste until end of turn. Exile top card of your library, you may play it till the end of your next end step. This is crazy, man. Red's got a lot of juice, bro. Shiba, yep. I mean, you're right. A lot of the stuff in this feels closer to Magic the Gathering than Aether Drift did or Thunder Junction did. So it is definitely an odd time in Magic's history. Al, you prefer Final Fantasy III the most? All right, well, everybody's got their own particular choice. It's cool how we're seeing a bunch of different hero tokens. Oh, look at this island. This looks great. Final Fantasy X. Well, Final Fantasy X. Pretty sweet looking destination right there. All right, we got a... Hey, Ultros! I haven't seen Ultros yet. A blue and 1 for a 2/1 legendary octopus. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, tap target opponent, creature opponent controls, put a stun counter on it. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 8 mana was spent to cast it, put 8+1/+1s on Ultros. Okay. I mean, his ability setup doesn't knock my socks off, but it's still fun to see Ultros in here. He is a character I enjoyed a fair bit. Surprisingly. We got Ramon Bull of Alamigo! I do not know this guy. A red 1 2/2 legendary human warrior with ward pay life equal to his power. Whenever he attacks, attach up to 1 equipment you control to target attacking creature. Okay. Perfectly fine. Serviceable. Another side quest, raise a chocobo. When it enters, create a 2/2 green bird. With whenever land you control enters, this token gets +1/+0. So they did give the chocobos that overall, like, landfall ability. Beginning of your first main phase, if you have 4 or more birds, transform the enchantment. Then, oh, you get a black chocobo. When it transforms a black chocobo, search for a land card, put it on the battlefield, tap, then shuffle, and it's got landfall. Okay. All right. I mean, breeding up different kinds of chocobos, that's got a Final Fantasy feel to it. Whatever, though. You know? Geot, King of the Dwarves. White, a red for a 1/1 legendary double striking dwarf noble. Whenever another dwarf enters and whenever an equipment control enters, you can discard a card. If you do, draw a card. All right. All right. Lolly ho. Whatever, man. That's cool. Stolen Uniform. 1 blue instant. Choose target creature you control and target equipment. Gain control of that equipment until end of turn. Attach it to the chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, if it's attached to a creature you control, unattach it. So you just get to borrow equipment. Leroy, it's about family, buddy. Joe, why doesn't the black chocobo fly? Because they just decided it doesn't. We got Queen of the Q Gourmet, a green and 2/2/3. If 1 or more tokens will be created under your control, those many plus a 1/1 green frog creature is made instead. And 2 mana sack a frog, put a +1/+1 on. What? Monk's Fist. Alright. Whatever. White Auracite. I remember seeing this from the spoilers. Sahagan, blue and white for a 1/3 merfolk. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1 on him, and it can't be blocked. Okay. Okay. What up, Eric? Fate of the Suncrist. A white and 4 instant, costs 2 less to cast. Oh yeah, this is the one that destroys a permanent, but 2 less if it targets a tap creature. Wah. Vane's Treachery. A black and 1, kicker, sack an artifact or creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 till end of turn. If it was kicked instead, -6/-6. Blitzball Shot. A green and 1 instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 and trample. Alright. Feels goofy. Feels like goofy. Okay. We already saw that hero token, I believe. And we got this feels like, honestly, just makes me think of Fallout. And the Fallout cards. Guys, all greens. A green and 1 sorcery. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with the landfall +1/+0 ability. And it flashes back. Okay. Alright. So this is supposed to be like you using these to breed chocobos. That works. Esper Origins. Oh, nice, man. Look at this artwork. This is awesome. A green and 1 sorcery. Surveil 2. Gain 2 life. If the spell is cast from a graveyard, exile it and put it onto the battlefield transformed under its owner's control with a finality counter on it. And it's got flashback of 4. Okay, cool. So this is Terra. Oh, this is Terra and her dad. Okay, alright. Esper Maduin. Reveal a top card of your library. If it's a permanent, put it into your hand. Second is add 2 green. Third is other creatures you control get +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. And he's a 4/4 Saga Elemental. I've chosen a name for her. Terra. Oh, this is cool, man. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Then we got the Emperor. Bum, bum, bum. Red, a blue for a 2/2. Taps for a blue or a red, but only to cast non-creature spells. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1/+1 on the Emperor. Then if he has 3 or more +1s on him, flip him into the Lord Master of Hell. 3/3. Whenever he attacks, X damage to each opponent, where X is the number of non-creature, non-land cards in your graveyard. Alright. Alright. Not too shabby. What up, Octopus? Eric, you're still playing Final Fantasy VI, about to go into the Esper world? Nice. Alright. Oh, we got Overkill. A black and 2. Target creature gets minus 9,999 toughness. Oh, get some. We got that special Ambrosia Chocobo. The Iron Giant again. We got Sage's Noliths, so blue and 1. A equipped creature gets +1/+0 and has whenever this creature attacks, untap target attacking creature. And equips for 3. Whoop-de-doo. Dwarven Castle Guard, a white and 1, 2/1. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. Lolly ho is the Dwarven greeting. That's right. It sure is. I love these particular versions of dwarves, honestly. Big fan. Dragoon's Wyvern is a blue and 2 for a 2/1 flyer. When it enters, make a 1/1 hero token. Cornered by Black Mages, 2 black and 1 sorcery. Target opponent sacks a creature of their choice, and you make a 0/1 wizard token. Okay, all right. You're just getting beat down by a squad of Black Mages. Blitzball shot. And a Blazing Bomb. Oh, cool. 1 red, 1/1 elemental. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, if at least 4 mana was spent to cast it, put a +1 on them. Blow up. Tap and sack him. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature. Activate only as a sorcery. Alright. They beef up and then blow up. That works. That works. Eric, your daughter's going to bed. Well, I doubt it. She's going out to the raves, bro. She's going to sneak out the window. Well, Master, we've come a long way since Stormcrow. True. Al, you just ordered some Lego on Amazon and you used my Amazon link. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Non-dinkitude right there. Alright, we got a hero token. We got a foil version of that cool island. We got a foil Blazing Bomb. We got Bahamut! 9 cost, 9/9. First and second level, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Third level, draw 2 cards. Fourth level, deal damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. On top of being a 9/9 flyer. Kablow! Kablamo! It's so big and dumb. That's a crazy summon. Oh, we got 2 summons. All right, so this one's rare. 2 blue and 4 for Leviathan. And it's a 6/6 ward 2. Return each creature that is in a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand. And until the end of turn, whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, draw a card. So first level, bounce everybody, and then the second and third, swing in and draw. Go in with your water squad. Beat down. Not too shabby. I do like that. Choco Comet. What? 2 red and X. It deals X damage to any target and create a 2/2 green bird with landfall +1 ability. Huh. Crazy. Gaius Van Balsack. 2 red, 2 black and 2, 3/2. When he enters, choose either each player sacks a creature token of their choice, each player sacks a non-token creature of their choice, or each player sacks an enchantment of their choice. Okay. Gratia, a white and 4, 3/5 reach. Whenever one or more other creatures and or artifacts you control die, draw a card. It triggers only once each turn. Whoop-de-doo. Magic Pot. 3 cost. When this creature dies, create a treasure token. 2 and tap, exile target card from a graveyard. And it wants an elixir. You're going to give it an elixir? The Wyvern. You're not alone. Magic Damper. 1 blue instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. Untap it. That's not too bad for 1 mana, bro. Black Mage's Rod. Get some greens. Red Mage's Rapier. A red and 1. Equip creature as whenever you cast a non-creature spell. +2/+0 till end of turn. And is a wizard. Equips for 3. Very underwhelming. Very underwhelming indeed. Well, that still leaves a spin for Fisher after our batch of spins. So, Fisher, let's go. Fisher in the name of heavy metal, right? Final Fantasy IX. Yep. Final Fantasy IX. That's what we landed on, which means it's Final Fantasy time. But I think that I'm going to need to freshen up my drink because it's all diluted down here at the bottom with the ice. So, there's the booster pack. I will let you mentally try and change what's inside it right now with your powers. Use your mind powers. Fortify your minds, sorcerers. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I have returned. Okay, and before I forget, let me just update let's switch it back. Switch it on back, baby. And put synthetic up as the member lord for that membership gifting. There we go. Ziria doing the ding ding ding. What up, Goddard? How's it going? How's it going? All right. So yeah, we still have this pack for Fisher here. So let's crack it open. Jiki, when do we think the Commander deck precon's a low in price? When supply goes up, you know? Once more get out there. The same way that the Lord of the Rings Commander decks became more accessible, you know? The collector ones, forget about it. But the regular ones... Oh, we got an art card. We got an art card. Pretty nice looking, actually. Pretty nice looking. Maybe we should use this for Lord of the Board for tonight. I do have to take the stuff back to the store, right? Because it is his, but he just gives me art cards and doesn't really care about them. So I'm guessing that it would be fine if I just took this and used it as a Lord of the Board card. I guess I can wait and see. I can put it to the side and use it after I talk to him. All right. We got Seventh Heaven. We got a land. Blue Cats. Yeah, you tried to make the whole pack lands, but you failed. Oh, we got Kuja. The Genome Sorcerer. A red, a black, and 2 for a 3/4. The beginning of your end step, create a tapped 0/1 black wizard token. And then if you have 4 or more wizards, transform them. And then he turns into Trans Kuja Fate Defied, who is 4/6, and if a wizard you control would deal damage to a permanent player, it deals double that damage instead. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. The Regalia. 4-cost, 4/4 legendary vehicle with haste. Whenever it attacks, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal land. Put that on the battlefield tapped and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I mean, that's alright. Get you some extra lands, you know? And I mean, the fact that the pack have multiple rares, not too shabby either. Jess, well, I hope that it unlocks and you get a bunch of money, big boy. IROC, you managed to lock in a bunch of the pre-release order prices. Nice. Well, enjoy, man. Enjoy. Is this card from Final Fantasy 15? Yes, Al, it is. Absolutely. All right, we got the Emperor, random encounter, 2 red and 4 sorcery, shuffle your library, mill 4 cards, put each creature card milled this way onto the battlefield, they gain haste. At the beginning of the next end step, return those creatures to their owner's hands. Okay, that's wonky, that's random, could be fun. Quistis Trep, a blue and 2/2. Human Wizard. When she enters, you can cast target instant or sorcery from a graveyard, and mana of any type can be used to cast that spell. From a graveyard. Interesting. You can use it to cast cards from your opponent's graveyard. I like that. Phantom Train! Oh! You ready to get suplexed, boy? Oh, Final Fantasy 6. So dope. So dope. A black and 3 for a 4/4 with trample. Sack another artifact or creature, put a +1/+1 on it. It becomes a spirit artifact creature as well as additional types on the turn. Dun, dun, dun. Cheeky, it's got no crew cost because it has no crew. Well, I mean, it does have a crew. It does have people working on there. They'll serve you food. They'll serve you food! Ziria, yeah, it would be great. It would be great if Suplex was like next. Or even in this pack together. World map? Yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? What does it do? 1 cost, 1 tap, sack it, search your labor for a basic land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Or 3 tap, sack, search your labor for a land, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. Whoa, okay. Pretty strong, man. Lewis, you just played through the Phantom Train part today? Nice timing, man. Weapons vendor. 1 white and 3, 2/2. When it enters, draw a card. The beginning of combat on your turn, if you control an equipment, you may pay 1. When you do attach target equipment you control, target creature you control. Okay. Alright. Whatever. Scorpion Sentinel, we saw you. We saw you. Hey! What? We did it! We did it, boys! We did it! We did it! We did it! Suplex the Phantom Train. I love that they showed that. Because that is a ridiculous moment in the game where you can use the martial artists' martial art combat moves like suplex on the actual Phantom Train. Like the game lets you, and it's so dumb and amazing. So, bro, we did it. We did it for the memes. What else is in the pack? Vane's Treachery and a Gigantitoad. A green and 3, as long as you control 7 or more lands, the creature gets +2/+2. Whatever. Suplex is just a braid, isn't it? 1 red and 1 for a sorcery. Choose 1, 3 damage target creature. If it would die this turn, exile instead, or exile target artifact. Okay, so it's similar to a braid. We did it! We did it! That's fun. That is fun. We got You can suplex the One Ring. That's true. That's true. You can have Sabin from Final Fantasy suplex the One Ring because it exiles it. That's so dumb. Eric, yeah, if we had pulled Sabin too, that would have been pretty sweet. That would have been pretty sweet. Wadsworth, yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. Well, that's not too shabby at all. Some good pack crackings going on here. So we got 1 week till the pre-release now. Sabin suplexing Transformers cards. Sabin suplexes Optimus Prime, utterly removing him from existence and proving Megatron to be a little bitch. Wadsworth, you remember doing that with your friends and bragging about it at school when you were like 10? Final Fantasy VI was a huge deal. It was a big thing, and it made me happy. Unfortunately, there isn't Sabin in the main set. Oh, is he just in the one commander deck? Is he just in the one commander deck, then? Because, yeah, that's fun, man. No Shadow? I haven't seen half the cards for this set, I would say. Like, bare minimum, half the stuff from this set I haven't seen. Cheeky, the first Commander Precon you're getting is the Final Fantasy VI one. The Final Fantasy VI one is the most exciting one to me. Hands down. Like, hands down. I'd love to have them all because the more commander decks, the merrier. Let's be real. That is my current vibe. I want them all. I've got that Commander Kraken series on the live stream channel where it's like opening every commander deck ever made one by one. So, Shadow's dog's name was Interceptor. Shadow and Sabin are decks only, so they've got to both be in the Final Fantasy VI then, right? Need to see the art on Rise of the Dark Realms reprint for Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, there's a lot I need to see, 100%. Jess, you're used to having me on that it messes with you when I'm gone. You just said from 8 to 10, no YouTube video feels fulfilling. So not... do you mean the opposite? Eric, you like the look of the Final Fantasy XIV deck? Based on a power level, maybe it is. I don't know. But I'm going purely off of like my hype for the Final Fantasy stuff specifically, as opposed to what is the most powerful stuff just from a gameplay standpoint. So when you factor in the actual games, anything that's got Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy VII, those ones are automatic yeses for me. A bunch of stuff from Final Fantasy 9, 8, Final Fantasy X, all that stuff is also a lot of fun to me. The Final Fantasies that I've never played at all don't mean anything to me. Jess, I get it now. Now I get what you're saying. YouTube sucks when I'm gone. Well, thanks, buddy. Cheese feels like a win, though overpriced. Yeah, yep. That's one of the biggest disappointments is how expensive this stuff is. So I can't really get in on it. You know what I mean? Like, everything about it is like, yes, this looks like a lot of fun and I want to engage with it. But the price has made it. Got too much other stuff going on, right? Carly just started physiotherapy today. I've got fucking dental work coming next month. She's got multiple things that she needs to get done, dental work. Like there's all these other things that are coming up where life expenses, they supersede cardboard rectangles, boy. It's too bad too, because Final Fantasy is, of all the Universe Beyonds that are happening this year, it's the one I'm most hyped on. Nico, any tips for a first time pre-release? Yeah, first of all, just enjoy yourself. Everybody is seeing the cards for the first time. There's no wrong way to do anything. Don't sweat it thinking like, oh my god, I gotta build my deck perfectly. First of all, because you can change your deck between matches. You can change your deck between rounds. So if you're playing somebody after the first game, don't like stuff in your deck, take it out. Who cares? No problem. Go, there's a card that would actually really help me that I didn't put in here because I didn't think about it. Pop it in. No problem. You can build 2 different decks out of your stuff and play different decks. You can do anything you want in that regard. You can't get too worried about any of it. You just got to enjoy yourself. And you can literally just pick like 2 colors that you like the looks of and just go, okay, I'm just going to play these colors and pick all the cards of those colors and put them together. Or you can try and build a tight 40 if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Pre-releases are where people are having the chillest time, I would say. Why were there no Final Fantasy Tactics cards? Probably they just didn't feel like they had enough room for it, you know? And the job changing stuff kind of might feel ish adjacent to it, you know? But yeah, also, I mean, if you can always just focus on the 3 main things that'll win you games: bombs, removal, and evasion. Bombs are just big, powerful cards that nobody can do anything about because they're stupidly strong. Answer it right now or you're hosed. Removal's pretty straightforward. Anything that gets rid of creatures, destroy creature, damage creature, exile creature. And then evasion is creatures that have flying, menace, or other ways to get by your opponent's creatures. That's what wins games. Bombs, removals, and evasion. It's that simple. God Under Octopus Super Chat says, crack another and take my toilet cleaning money. That makes it sound like I took the money that you were going to use to, have your toilet cleaned. And now you're going to sit on a dirty toilet so we can look at Magic cards. That's what it sounds like. Final Fantasy 5. We got 5 this time. Staying alive. Feeling 5. What do I think about Kefka? Kefka's awesome. Kefka's awesome. Yeah, Wadsworth, certain Final Fantasies were hard to come by back in the day. Crawfish, Kefka, or Sephiroth? You know what? I'm going to make that a poll. I'm going to make that a poll right now. We'll see what everybody has to say. All right. There you go. We'll make it a poll. We will make it a poll. Oh, we got a bird token. A little chocobo token. Well, that's fun. I like chocobos a lot. Then a wizard token. We got Gone, the Town of Ruin. So this is the green-black land. Okay. All right. This one's from Final Fantasy V, which was what was spun on the wheel. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, a foil suplex coming at you like a freight train. Esper Origins. We already saw this one, but this is a different artwork. All right. Cool. Summon Anima. 2 black and 4. 4/4 menace. First 3 levels, pain, you draw a card and lose a life. And 4th level, Oblivion. Each opponent sacks a creature of their choice and loses 3 life. Okay. That's all right. What up, Larry? How you doing? Renoa Heartily. A white, a green, and 3. 4/4. When she enters, create Angelo, a legendary 1/1 green and white dog creature token. And whenever she attacks, another creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each creature you control. I like this. I like the artwork. I enjoy it. Heavy Metal, Kefka's unlikable and evil. Well, you know what? I like Kefka. Kefka wins for me. I'd pick Kefka. So he's a lot of fun. Reno and Rude. 2 dudes. 1 black and 1, 2/1 menace. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile top card of their library. Then you can sack another creature artifact. If you do, you can play the exiled card this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast it. Okay. All right. Geez, is the quality of the cardboard decent? Some of the cards have felt like gritty. It's pretty much the standard stuff we're used to right now. Valkyrie Aerial Unit. 2 blue and 5, 5/4, affinity for artifacts with flying when it enters Surveil 2. Okay. Alright. More affinity stuff. Instant Ramen. Get you some noodle cuppins. 2 cost flash. Food. Counts as a food. When it enters, draw a card. And 2, and sack it to gain 3 life. Whip, whoop, whip. Whatever. What the fuck is that? Loperit Scout. A green and 2, 3/2. Whenever another creature you control enters, he gets +1/+1 to end a turn. Okay. Whatever. Cloudbound Moogle. 2 white and 3 for a 2/3 flyer. When it enters, put a +1/+1 on target creature. Plane Cycling 2. Pretty disappointing. Beefier than I'd expect for a Moogle, though. Larry Kefka managed to destroy the entire world, so by default, he's a pretty good villain. Yeah. Yeah. Crawfish, you like the ramen? You like it? Heavy Metal, yeah, Kefka's supposed to be despicable. They're not trying to make him likable or relatable. Kefka's garbage. Retrieve the Esper. Oh, yeah. Final Fantasy VI, baby. 1 blue and 3. Create a 3/3 blue robot warrior artifact creature token. Then if the spell's cast from a graveyard, put 2+1s on it. And it's got flashback at 6. Whatever. Undercity Dire Rat. A black and 1 2/2. When it dies, create a treasure token. Alright. Commune with Beavers. 1 green sorcery. Look at the top 3 of your library. Reveal an artifact, creature, or land from among them. Put it into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library. And then Thunder Magic. 1 red instant with tiered. So you can pay 1 red to do 2 damage to target creature. You can pay 4 to do 4 damage to target creature. Or you can pay 7 to do 8 damage to target creature. I mean, whatever. Whatever. That's a whole bunch of whatever, boy. Whatever. So they have a wide range of stuff going on in this set. Zero, yeah, trying to keep a straight face while talking about communing with beavers and stuff is silly. It certainly is silly. Zergun, you've never played any Final Fantasy games, so Sephiroth's the only character you knew before the set. Yeah, well, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, Final Fantasy VII is the most well-known Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VI, though, to me, is hands down the best. I genuinely love that game so much. I love it. It's got a special place in my heart, man. Cheeky got Terra's dad as the rare. Yeah, the double-sided one. When it says you can cast with mana of any type, can that type be Phyrexian? Eggsrag, if you're asking, can you use life instead? No. No, you got to pay actual mana. Jess, you get taken out for lunch and dinner tomorrow and you don't know where you want to go or what you want to eat. Oh, the world's your oyster now, buddy. Thompson, you only played Final Fantasy 13. I did not hear good things about that. I did not play that one. Larry went on a date last night. Nice. Fisher, Go-Go the Mime is a great character. Oh, they got 2 cards for Go-Go, do they? I haven't seen that. There's a lot that I haven't seen. I do enjoy the journey of discovery. I do like looking at new Magic cards. It is definitely strange having them be Final Fantasy, but I am enjoying myself with it. Especially dumb nonsense like getting the Phantom Train and Suplex together. You know, it's stupid, but it's fun. Larry, everybody has baggage. Everybody does. Doesn't matter how old you are. It's not like, oh, I was 20, I have no baggage. Now I'm 26, I have a crazy amount of baggage. Everybody's had stuff happen to them. Lee, your favorite will always be Final Fantasy IV. Well, that is a commendable choice because Final Fantasy IV is my second favorite of all the Final Fantasies. So obviously, I can understand why people would enjoy it. And the whole Cecil going from being like a dark knight of the kingdom into a paladin. Oh, I remember playing that one so much that I stayed on the mountain after turning into a paladin, leveling up and leveling up and leveling up, just grinding and grinding and grinding. Oh, Jasapita. Yeah. Extra cheese and chicken. Get some croutons in there. Croutons inside a pizza is surprisingly good. Contreras, you wish they made a Genesis and an Angel card? They're not going to be able to make all of them, I guess, you know? Wadsworth, do I remember Mystic Quest? Yeah, I remember being really annoyed because it felt infantilizing. It was like baby's first RPG kind of thing. I hated it. I wanted more. Like, I'd played good Final Fantasy on the Super Nintendo, right? And didn't they put out Mystic Quest after like Final Fantasy VI? They basically didn't put a bunch of them out over here because they thought the North American market wasn't sophisticated enough or interested. Thought they were too hard, something like that. So I don't know. I loved games like that. When I was a kid, especially, I was like, oh my God, I love these big, epic games with crazy stories and so much to do. Nico, you got unopened packs of sleeves, like 60 or whatever? Yeah, that's plenty. Your deck only has to be 40 cards, and it's unlikely that you'd ever build a 60 card deck. True. It looks like the biggest card spoilers are past. You'll know if we land on the wheel and I should say if we spin the wheel and land on Final Fantasy, you'll have time. You'll see the screen change and all of it. Cheese, you played Final Fantasy on Nintendo and hated it at first. If you don't know what you're doing, trying to find your way through it, you know? Wadsworth! Imagine scoring a golden chocobo. That'd be a pretty big deal. Crawfish, yeah, don't go coughing on people over at the pre-release, bro. Habanero says Kefka's way more evil. Sephiroth is like a tragic Backstreet Boy. Well, right now the voting is 37 votes with 57 for Sephiroth and 43% for Kefka. Heavy Metal, you got a projector? Nice, that's cool, man. That seems like something that would be fun to have. Being able to like project movies and stuff on different walls than usual. Go and hang out outdoors and project a movie onto something else, you know? Quill, whatever makes you happy, buddy. Whatever answer you want to that question. Zircon, you wanted to play Dragon Warrior, but you couldn't get your brother to stop playing it. You didn't get your time on the game system, man. True, it's been torture trying to avoid huge spoilers with everyone cracking packs and trying to keep some surprise for later. Yeah, it's honestly, it's very hard. It's very hard to not see some stuff at least, right? Without just going blanket, I'm not going to just go on the internet. The Dragon Warrior games were alright. I liked it was like either 3 or 4 where you got to open up a little store and sell stuff in that store, and I really liked that. I really liked that one. Habanero Kefka had a cutscene for pointing the wells on the same caliber as the cutscene for Sephiroth killing Aeriths. You think people would give Kefka more credit? Yeah, I think so. I think so. Quill, it's a fucking YouTube poll, man. It doesn't affect anything in the universe. Just pick a fucking option, for Christ's sakes. All these follow-up questions are making my ball bag ache. Fuck off. Just fucking click the one that you want to and be done with it. Lee, you didn't like the Esper mechanic? Well, yeah, if you don't like the Esper mechanic, you're not going to enjoy Final Fantasy VI as much. Eric. Nothing you say will ever make Final Fantasy VII better than Final Fantasy VI. Just so you know. No words that you say will ever change that reality. What up, Propane? Sephiroth is good looking. Well, how much of a villain does that make you, though? True, it was so long ago you barely remember Kefka. He's so distinct. He's so delightfully, unreservedly evil. And his laugh is hilariously memorable. I did a playthrough of Final Fantasy VI recently. I'm still actually playing it. I'm after everything's gotten ruined. I'm at that point in the game. And Carly knows. Carly recognizes Kefka's laugh, right? She goes, oh, that's Kefka again. Kefka is just such an awful person. Just an awful person. Standing by Sephiroth's just a tragic backstreet boy. Quill, Sephiroth wants to destroy most of the world to make Mom proud. Kefka destroyed most of the world for funsies. Big difference. Big difference. Wadsworth, his theme song is the first thing you learned on guitar. Nice. Zero, you can't wait to finish 5 so you can finally play 6. The only ones you haven't played are 6 and 8. Well, 8's just okay. 8's all right. 6 is awesome. Just awesome. It's so good. It is so good. I'm incredibly biased. Very, very biased about Final Fantasy VI, man. Quill says, Dancing Mad beats One-Winged Angel. Get out of here with your one wing, Flappy. Yeah, Zeria, when you play Final Fantasy VI, there's extra secret stuff. There's extra secret things you don't want to miss out on. Some extra characters that you can get. And it's easy to miss them. And then there's also the stuff that happens with Figaro Castle when it goes underground. At a certain point in the game, it will actually get stuck and there's something to explore down under there. And you definitely don't want to miss out on that. I don't remember if that's something that you automatically have to encounter. I think that's something you don't know otherwise. Propane, first time you've ever heard someone refer to Sephiroth as Flappy? Well, somebody had to say it, man. Heavy Metal, you said a bunch of things about Kefka in a conversation on Facebook dating, thinking you were typing here. Trying to, like, pick up this chick, and you're like, I really like how he poisoned that village and didn't care about anybody. What? Oh, you're right. Sorry, I meant Doma Castle. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Buddha, Mughals aren't villains. They're friends. They're friends. Larry, what does the clock in that one town do in Final Fantasy VI? The clock in that one town, I believe you're talking about the one in Zozo. The people in the town are like liars, and you have to figure out, they'll tell you the time that you need to set the clock to. And when you change the clock to the right time, it will change up so you can progress kind of thing. But there's also another secret where if you get one particular time and put it into the clock, then it actually opens up and hooks you up with the chainsaw. And the chainsaw is a very busted piece of equipment for the one character in the game. So it basically either does crazy amounts of damage when you attack with it or insta-kills. The insta-kill can be annoying when it triggers that and you're fighting against an enemy that can't be insta-killed. Like if you're fighting against a boss or something like that, that can't be insta-killed. The insta-kill triggering can be really obnoxious. So you don't end up, maybe you use the drill or some other equipment instead in that case to ensure the damage. Because the drill does a little less damage than the chainsaw, but it's always guaranteed to do damage instead of trying to do the auto kill. But the auto kill feature of the chainsaw can be very powerful when facing off against enemies with horrendous amount of hit points or enemies that are just susceptible to that kind of death magic. Shelton, do any of the Final Fantasy games reference each other or not? I don't know. Not that I know of. Quill, you only recently learned about the hidden chest with a ribbon you can get when escaping South Figaro. You were viscerally pissed to realize you never knew you could get a ribbon so early. I wonder if I knew about that at one point and I've forgotten about it. But yeah, the chainsaw is super powerful. Super powerful. Like, I think some of the Final Fantasies have the same kind of summons and stuff like that. I remember how much Final Fantasy 2 blew me away. It's really Final Fantasy 4, right? That's what I'm talking about when I say that. But the first Final Fantasy on Nintendo was pretty good. It was pretty good. But then that one came along and it was just like, oh my god, this is so much better. It's insane. It's insane. Are the Final Fantasy games supposed to be in a multiverse but unrelated officially? I mean, obviously Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy X2 are connected to each other. But yeah, I mean, I don't know the deep lore for Final Fantasy. I know some of the games. I played a ton of Final Fantasy 6 and a ton of Final Fantasy 4. And like Final Fantasy 4 was so good that when Final Fantasy 6 came along, I was like, I don't know if this is going to be as good. And I played it and I'm like, this is even better. It's amazing. Gilgamesh is a crossover? Yeah, I don't know. I never finished Final Fantasy 12. Jess, yeah, it is kind of amusing, bro. It definitely is kind of amusing. Oh, yeah, man. Some of these games back in the day too, there was no internet to go on or whatever, right? So you could easily just end up sitting down and dumping 8 hours into one of these games like it's nothing. Quill, yeah, they're not putting any Planeswalker cards in Final Fantasy at all. So strange to think that the games that I played so long ago when I was a kid have now made their way onto a cardboard rectangle game that I played so long ago as a kid. And I never would have thought that the Magic would last this long, let alone turn into Final Fantasy, Spider-Man, you know? Like, it's so weird. Heavy Metal, you're playing Final Fantasy for the after years? I don't think I've ever heard of that one. Wadsworth, when your buddy unlocked Knights of the Round in Final Fantasy VII, you lost your shit. Knights of the Round is such a dumb summon. It's so strong. It's so strong. Propane, Final Fantasy 4 and 10 are the most nostalgic for you. Fair enough. 6 and 4 are the most nostalgic for me. Yeah, Quill, it's true though. The fact that there's already a Final Fantasy card game that exists right now that you can pick up off the shelf. Like when I was down at the game store today picking up this box of stuff for us to open, he actually had Final Fantasy, the card game, its own card game decks and stuff sitting off on the side. Jess, you've never played any Final Fantasies? Well, different people get into different series, right? I've never played any of the Call of Duties or any of those real shooter games, so if it ain't your thing, it ain't your thing. Aldini, you liked exploring everything and trying to find the secret stuff before you know how to properly play. The kind of exploration that results in you getting your ass kicked because you're like, I'm not supposed to be in this area right now. These enemies are way too strong for me. Zeria, you were saddened there wasn't a Tetra Masters card, so you could play Magic, play Triple Triad, and play Tetra off of it. Otto, you missed most pack openings. To all of them have a bonus sheet card. I believe every pack had a bonus sheet card, yeah. The majority did. I think everyone did. I wonder if it says on the booster packaging. It says may include. I think it does, though. I think it does. Quill, Magic ain't gonna get put on anything else. Ain't any other games taking Magic and adapting it to their stuff. Jess, that's how it used to work for games all the time, man. You just walk into an area and the enemies would be way too strong. You'd be like, I'm not supposed to be in this area yet. I'm supposed to be somewhere else right now. Instead of more modern games where you walk into an invisible wall and the character has a little box up. I think I should wait until I'm stronger to go in here. I think I should wait until I'm stronger. Just let me go in and get my ass kicked, bro. Let me get beat down. Let me get beat down, man. I'll learn real quick. There was that one, I think it's in Final Fantasy VI, where there's the one gigantic piece of doom machinery, and you go and it'll attack you, and you can never beat it. You can fight it until you die or until you're smart enough to run away from it, but you cannot beat it. Quill, World of Warcraft was great. Start as undead, walk too far east, and instantly die. That's how it goes, man. When Morrowind had self-leveling monsters in the dungeons that leveled with you, that was pioneering. I mean, yeah, having your enemies scale up with you, it's like in Chandalar. There are certain enemies, the main minions of the wizards, they gain in power as you do in terms of like, as you beat more people, get more wins, they get more health. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like there's a bunch of improvements to video games now where they make things easier so you can keep track of where you're going and what you're supposed to do, but the whole it won't let you go anywhere you're not supposed to. Follow the yellow line, you're on rails can feel kind of not as much fun, right? Andrew, literal weeks of your life because it's sunk into Morrowind. Well, you had a good time, right? You had a good time. What up, Chupa? Wadsworth Chandelier was so hard before you knew what all the cards were. Yeah, I mean, Chandelier is an unforgiving game. Propane, you're not a fan of Universe Beyond, so you feel a little hypocrite looking forward to the set. A little hypocritical. They got you on the nostalgia. I understand that. Like, totally. I don't like that Magic the Gathering has forfeit their own identity and are doing all this stuff. But I'd be lying if I didn't say that I would love to have a bunch of this Final Fantasy stuff. You know what I mean? I would love it. I would love to have a bunch of this Final Fantasy stuff. But it's priced me out. So mostly my magic now comes through people hooking me up through the game store. They send the people over to the game store some money through the PayPal link, and then I have some store credit to get some stuff. And that's where we're at, right? So with Final Fantasy, I'm looking at it going, I don't want Universe Beyond the Magic, but it's here, and I may as well enjoy myself, you know? As much as I can. Just some ground beef gets sold as beef and pork ground up together. Quill, your favorite are people who complain about games being hand-holdy and immediately demonstrate they're utterly incompetent without hand-holding. I hate all this hand-holding. And then they're just like, I don't know what to do, and I keep dying. Oh, I'm from an older era of gaming where games were just hard and unforgiving, and there was like, figure it out or don't play, I guess. You know? True, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, buddy. It has gotten quite pricey. All right, my friends, thanks for coming and hanging out with me and enjoying some Final Fantasy action. If everything goes properly the way it should, we'll get back together again tomorrow. All right, but for now, into the waters I go. Have a good one.